Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Taught me this truth and rule well. And I want to say Shalom to you, Akman Aqua, out there pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. Alright, this one's titled, Alabama Thinks That They Can Stop the Implementation of the Mark of the Beast. Alright, and bear with me with the loudness in the background. I'm on my break at work, so I found a place, away. It's old, away from my workplace. It's this old abandoned building, but I'm just chilling here. But it's off the side of a highway, or a main street, so you might hear cars in the background. Lord willing, you can still hear, and it doesn't interrupt the lesson too much. All right. Other than that, no one's over here because it's an abandoned business. So, but just chilling here. So, Lord willing, we can get through this. Like I said, it's on lunch. I got a little bit of time. Wanted to get in on a lesson. So, hey, Alabama thinks that they can stop the implementation of the mark of the beast. Okay, so this comes from an article, of course. Here it is. It's from this news channel. All right, WSFA 12 News. I'm guessing it would be out of Alabama. We can, scroll down and see WSFA. Let's see who. Well, let's click it. Let's see. Let's go home and see who this exactly is. My internet's not the best, so let's just. There we go. Anyway. We don't need to figure it out. You can look it up if you want to look it out. Look it up. It's WSFA News. I would assume it would be Alabama that would be making this. Anyway, it says Alabama lawmakers move forward on employee microchipping bill. All right. So once again, Alabama lawmakers move forward on employee microchipping bill. All right. This isn't old news. This is, relatively recent news. All right. This was published on May 10th. All right, and it's May 12th currently. All right, so just a couple days old. So this whole, hey Bishop Nate, guess what? We're almost in June. All right, and guess what? There's talk of microchips. All right, we're in June. There's talk of microchips. All right, so there's been talk of microchips. All right, there's still no microchips. All right, well there are microchips. All right, they haven't been rolled out on a global scale yet. But there are microchips. There are people getting implanted with microchips. There are people that are implanting themselves with microchips. All right, RFID chips to be exact. All right, there's sites right on the internet that sell kits that you can do it. All right, there's businesses within the United States that are making their employees get microchipped. All right, and then outside of the United States, there are Sweden and them that are implementing the microchips as well. So this whole, we're in June, ain't no microchip, and I know that's old. All right, we think it's it's been turned into humorous things like Bishop Nate and the microchips. All right, that video that Apostle Gabar, I'm not sure if he was the one that made it, but made it into a song. So it's the way he said it. Okay. So there are, you're over here saying there's no microchips. You said that a long time ago, and there was talk of microchips. Well, now with as much as these are going around, you really can't say that there's no talk of microchips now. You can't say that there's no microchips. There's microchips. All right? Just because the government isn't coming down, lining you up yet, doesn't mean that there's no microchips. Well, we're in June, ain't no microchips. All right? Well, there's microchips now. All right? And people are getting implanted. So much so that Alabama lawmakers are going forward and making these laws, man, because they think it's going to stop people from getting implanted, but it's not going to stop anything. So Alabama lawmakers move forward on employee microchipping bill. We're going to continue on so we can get to scriptures instead of blabbing our mouths. So Montgomery, Alabama. All right. Now this is, there might be some official in office that isn't really down with the implementation of microchips, but on a global whole, it doesn't matter. These places like Alabama, it doesn't matter if you say that you're making bills to stop it. Okay. When the government comes down and says you're going to get the chip or you're not going to eat, guess what? You're going to either get the chip or you're not going to eat unless you're part of the elect, all right? Because the elect is going to be fine, all right? Lord willing, part of the elect, the Most High is going to take care of us, okay? So Montgomery, Alabama, It says a bill to prohibit Alabama's workers from being microchipped by their employers, Slovakia, is one step closer to final passage after a Senate committee gave it a favorable report on Wednesday. It says the measure, which previously passed in the House, received unanimous support in committee and will now move to the Senate floor for possible final passage. All right, so it hasn't fully moved there. It says it passed in the Senate, and who knows, they might throw it out, they might not. All right, who knows? Either way, even if they do pass it, it's still going to be thrown out in the end when they come down and say, hey, you got to get this thing or you're not going to be able to eat. If passed in the Senate, the bill would prohibit employers from requiring or incentivizing, all right, people from being implanted with a microchip. All right, incentivizing, all right, or you know, if you're giving something an incentive, all right, like they did with the arm candy, you know, free Krispy Kreme, all right, free this, free that, if you go and get this, all right, you go and do this for us, and we'll do this for you, all right, you go and get this, we'll offer you it's lucky, it's always a loud-ass car, all right, but, you know, incentivizing is like, hey, you know, if you go ahead and get this thing, we'll give you a $2,000 bonus, we'll give you $1,000, $500 bonus, $100 bonus, we'll make sure you get a raise, all right, that's incentivizing. That's making sure you get an incentive, okay? You know, I scratch your back, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, all right? You get this chip, all right, I'll give you this, all right? I give you get this chip, you get this, you get that, you get this, all right? And that's, you know, that's what they're trying to ban, all right? But it's not going to work, man. It's not going to work, as we're going to get into scriptures. It says, bill sponsor Representative Prince Chestnut de Selma says this is already happening in states like Wisconsin and in other countries. He wants to prevent it from happening in Alabama. Or in other countries, he's talking about like Sweden. Right? He mentioned Switzerland down here as well. You know, so it says they've been using microchips as a way for public transit, where you go in and you scan. Chestnut said there's a company now that's pushing, I think it's out of Switzerland, pushing the idea of using a microchip instead of a credit card. Okay, and that's the ultimate goal. All right, is to use that chip instead of a credit card. All right, and you got to realize these people think it's so, what's the word I'm looking for? It's so extreme, or that, you know, we don't have the measures to be able to implement something like that. All right, not we, but people. All right, like we as humans don't have the technology for anything like that. All right, but Esau has that technology. Okay, Esau has that technology, and you know how Esau is. They're gonna use that for bad. Okay, now you got to realize we already have all this technology, in our hands. All right, for example, right now I'm holding an iPhone. All right, you know what you can do with an iPhone? You can cash app people. All right, or another thing you can do, and a lot of brothers do it. I myself do it. All right, Apple Pay. Okay, I have can have different cards in your Apple Pay, and guess what? You know what you do? You tap. All right, that's all you do. You hold your phone up to a scanner, bing, gives you that sound, and then guess what? You bought the item. Okay, what about with your regular debit or credit cards now? All right, it's got the little chip on it. You hold it up, bloop, and then guess what? You bought the item with it. So how much more? You think this is some crazy, fucking sci-fi shit, but you already have that technology, that NFC, that RFID technology built right within your phones, man. You already have it built within your phones. You can scan your phone. It's just going to be to the point where it says, hey, you can't scan your phone. Now you have to scan your hand. All right, hey, now you can't scan that debit card. You need to scan your hand. All right. Oh, you had your employee badge card. You had to wave it in front of the door to get in this restricted area. That's done away with. Now it's in your hand. All right, so on and so forth. And we're seeing, in small levels, this implementation, actual physical RFID chips, and other roundabout ways that will be transferred over into RFID chips, man. All right, we don't need to read any more of this article. All right, we don't have to read any more of that, because we're gonna go and get scriptures. Let me go over here and get there it is. Bear with me, I'll grab a drink. And I'm sitting in the sun, so Lord willing, my phone doesn't overheat. If it does, we'll have to figure something out, but Lord willing, it doesn't. All right, so continuing on, we're gonna go grab some scriptures, but you think that this is, and what I was saying, I mean, speak while I'm getting the scriptures, but you think this is some sci-fi thing that can't happen. But we're already seeing it in small level implementation, all right, and we've also seen it in other things that will be switched over, all right. Like I've given you my personal testimony of what I've seen, all right, when I was at a thrift store, all right, called Savers. Some of you brothers might have them, some of you brothers might not, all right. It's like a Goodwill, all right. It's like it's like a Goodwill, and the employees, when the employees, check, like say if you have a problem on the terminal. All right, something didn't scan up for the same price, or it's not scanning, and you have to call an employee over to help. All right, and the little light at the station goes off. When they come over, they don't put in an employee code. All right, they don't scan a key tag. All right, they scan their wrist. All right, and it's called I can't remember the name of it. It's like a biometric vein scanner, I think it's called. All right, and it scans the veins within your wrist. Okay, and you don't think that's not going to get switched over to a chip? It's absolutely going to get switched over to a chip. And what type of chip? What is the chip? What is the chip? All right, well, let's get it. Revelation 13 and 16, it reads, he required, not in the New Living Translation, King James Version, Revelation 13 and 16. Listen close. And he causeth all, okay, all. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, right? It says, and listen here, in verse 17 it says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. And it'll tell you what the number is when we get down in verse 18. It says, here is wisdom, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. There you go. All right, so that number is 666. Okay, and that's and another thing that these Christians don't realize, all right, is that they skip past one of the things it says in verse 18. Listen what it says here. It says, for it is the number of a man. That gets skipped over quite a bit. It says, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. And you can look it up in your Bibles at home if you even have one. I'm not talking to you brothers and sisters. I'm talking to the scoffers. All right, you can look it up and read it and see that it will say it is the number of a man. Who is that man? That man is Esau Edom. Who is Esau Edom? The so-called white man. Is Esau always white? No. Is he white most of the time? A good chunk of the time, yes. All right. Are there brown-looking Edomites? Yes. Are there Asian-looking Edomites? Yes. All right. So is everyone that's white an Edomite? No. All right. No. Okay. But for the most part, are they? Yes. Okay. The so-called white man, for the most part, is Esau Edom. Okay. So, the so-called white man, that's what they call him. All right. So-called, because he's not white. He's Esau. All right. And he's not even white. He's pink. First of all, he's red. All right. Which pink is a derivative of red. All right. So there you go. So it says that there's going to be a mark. All right. And everyone's going to get it. All right. Well, not everyone. All right. But they're going to tell everyone that they get it. All of them. All right. It's both small and great. If you're known, if you're not known, if you're poor or if you're rich, all right, if you're in prison or if you're not in prison, it doesn't matter. You're going to have to take it, man. You're going to have to take it, or you're not going to eat, or unless there's either that option, all right, or you're not going to eat and you're going to starve to death, or this is the one we're looking forward to, all right, being part of the elect, all right, and the Lord's elect, the Lord's chosen, and guess what he's going to do? He's going to make sure you eat. He's going to make sure you drink. He's going to make sure you're safe. All right, and without being scathed, all right, might go through a little bit of hell, and you might even get your head chopped off. That's called being martyred, and that's something completely different. But if that happens, guess what? You're still part of the 1/3. You're still part of the elect. All right, that's a righteous death. You just died for the Lord. All right, so that's the way to go. If we got to get our heads cut off, we got to get our heads cut off anyway. Like the other day on a live stream, one of Elder Manata Zakbaz out of GMS South Carolina, the elder out of GMS South Carolina, a brother on his I can't remember what brother said it, but he said if one of the brothers on the comment board says if they cut our heads off, that means we don't have to look at Esau's ugly head anymore. And that's true, man. If they cut our head off, so be it. All right, if that's what has to happen, that's what has to happen, man. That's it. All right, that's a relatively quick process, getting your head whacked off. Okay. If that has to happen, that has to happen. If that has to happen to me, that happens to me. Okay? I don't give a damn. Okay? If that has to happen, so what? You're gonna threaten me with dying a righteous death, E? That's what you're gonna do. Oh, if you don't get it, I'm gonna chop your head off. Okay, so if I don't take it, you're gonna chop my head off, and then you know what? And then I get established with the Lord elect. I get a front row. You give me front row seats. We're not afraid of you, E. All right. The only person we're afraid of is the person that has the ability to kill both body and soul. All right. Who is Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai? All right, the Creator. All right, the Father and the Son. All right. You know, if you're not the Father nor the Son, we ain't worried about you, man. We're not worried about you, E. All right, you don't rule us. You don't control us, man. Okay. And Lord willing, we don't take that mark. All right, because when you take that mark, all right, you can't be saved after you take that mark. And the reason, all right, that they want you to take that mark is because when you take that mark, that's basically you selling yourself over them. All right, that's you bowing and submitting before your masters and accepting Esau as your God, man. Okay, and then the Lord doesn't want anything to do with you. All right, so we can get Isaiah 14 and 12 showing you what Esau is trying to do. All right, Isaiah 14 and 12, because you know Esau's grand plan is to ascend to the sky and basically be the Lord. He's not going to pull it off, but that's his ultimate goal. Bear with me while I grab another drink. Oh boy, it's hot as fuck out here. But nonetheless, obviously can't make the lesson on a workplace site. That would be dumb. So had to wander out. Sure, it'd be nice to be in the comfort of a nice building right now, but hey, regardless, gonna get the Lord's work done. Okay. So here it is, Isaiah 14. I'm gonna put the phone down. Bear with me. I gotta mess with my pants. Ugh. This belt's all screwed up. Bear with me. Alright, I'm back. Man, I kind of want to move though. It's hot as shit out here. Oh well, we're going to continue. Alright, I don't know how long we've been going for. Let's see. 17 minutes. We got a while to go. We got like 15-ish more to go. So, what's the alarm say? What's the clock say? We got 12 more minutes. I'm allowed to go over that time anyway. That's just a rough amount of time. So, let's continue on. We got stuff to get through. Isaiah 14 and 12, talking about Esau and their God complex. All right? Who else but Esau, right? With their God complex. We're going to be like the Lord. No, you're not. You're not going to be anything like the Lord. All right? You can't even have a smidge of his power. Pathetic. Isaiah 14 and 12 reads, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning?" Lucifer is referring to Esau, Edom. Okay, Christians got to learn to discern. When it speaks of the devil, when it speaks of Satan, when it speaks of Lucifer, you all lump that into the spiritual demon Satan. All right, it's not always talking about the spiritual demon Satan. Okay, the serpent, you don't lump that one in. You lump that one as being, that was the devil in the disguise of a snake. All right, and that's not necessarily the way it goes. And bear with me 1 minute, but they got a car show going down. People pulling up with their cars, deciding to cruise right by me real slow. All right, the only guy that did it, old ass Edomite. All right, so Esau knows when I'm gonna drive over here. I usually don't go this way, but I'm gonna drive over here, and they can feel it in their spirit. There's something I don't like going on over here. All right, anyway, Isaiah 14 and 12. "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer?" Anyway, what I was saying, Slakia, is that Christians lump them all in all the same. All right, they think the devil and that Lucifer, and Satan and the serpent, that they're all the same. All right, no, there is a physical man that's the devil as well, Esau, Edom. Okay, but they lump it all in with spiritual demon Satan. And that's off. That shows you they don't understand the scriptures. It shows you that because there's times within the scriptures that it mentions man. It mentions man, a physical being, man. They just ignore it. All right. Isaiah 14 and 12. "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down from the ground?" I get the hiccups, of course. Very inopportune time. How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nation? Because Esau, Edom, this is the future. Speaking of the future, it says, "For how hast thou said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven, Well, Slacky, let me read back up. It says, how art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? Because they weakened the nations. They were a strong ruling force over all nations and over the Israelites as well, right? Because they had us in captivity, and you know, were very, very, very wicked and cruel, and they're going to pay that back. It says, verse 13, it says, for thou hast said in thine heart, listen here, this is what Esau says, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. That's what they think. They think they're going to be like the Most High. All right, and then what are they going to do? They need people to worship them to be like the Most High. They need to have complete control if they're going to try to be like the Most High. They're going to be able to have to be able to change the seasons if they want to be like the Most High. That's why you see these things like what's the harp device, or being able to change. Oh, now it's windy, now it's snowing, now it's raining. All right, and doing all these things. First it's hot, then it's cold, then it's cold, then it's hot, then it's warm, then it's medium warm, and then it's hot, and then it's cold. All right, and all over the place. You have it fucking sunny and raining and snowing at the same time with hail in the background. You're like, what the fuck's going on? This ain't no normal goddamn weather. It's because Esau is fucking with shit. All right, as they always like to do. That's Esau's, favorite pastime, fucking with shit. Right? So they do all those things because we're gonna be like the Lord. And then you have that guy fucking, which is not, it's not what's that fucking guy's name? That fucking asshole. It's not Yuval Harari, is it? Let me see. Is it Noah Huvari or whatever? I can't pronounce his goddamn name. Noah Huvari. Here it is. This is the guy. I think this is the fucker right here. I think this is him. We get a loud ass guy on a dirt bike. I might have to move. Yeah, this is the guy. This is the guy right here. He's the guy. This guy, like this Yuval Noah Harari. All right, this guy right here. He's the one saying, "Oh, we don't need God anymore. We can anger him as much as we need to." And this guy's not a small hat, but I'm not sure. He's I do know he's a Mo. All right, goodness. I know he's a Mo because he admitted that he's a Mo. And I might have to move actually here soon. I'm gonna go ahead and try to find a better spot because this car meet's fucking lining up. It's all over the goddamn place now. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna walk. We're gonna walk and talk because these fucking assholes with their goddamn cars and they're fucking proud, faggoty ass selves. All right. Look at my car. Have you seen my car? What about my car? What do you think of my car? Yeah, your car's pretty good. Fucking assholes. A bunch of Edomites. It says, nothing against, brothers that go to car meets. It's fine, but these guys are fucking dicks how they do it here because it's not a spot where you're supposed to even have a fucking car meet up. Anyway, it says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. It says, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell to the sides of the pit. I think I actually got a good area over here I can sit down to. Let's see. I'm actually post up right here. Oh, it might be a little bit louder, so Salakia, but we'll get it done. It's a little bit in the shade too, but it says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners? All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with the sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet, thou shalt not be joined with them in burial. Why? Because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their father. Who? Who's this speaking of? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Okay? There you go. So Esau is going to try to, rise up, but guess what? It's not going to work out for them. All right? They're going to be thrown down, and they're going to be looked upon like, this was the guy? This was him? Look at this pathetic, this bastard. This guy, really, it was him? He was the one who ruled the world? Really? You got to be kidding me. This was him? Yeah, because that's how low they're going to be, man. It's going to be like, this was the guy? How did he pull it off? God damn. All right, because you got to realize Esau, without the help of the Most High, would have, he couldn't get shit done at all. All right, he's a base man. He can't do anything right. All right, he can maybe hunt, but he's a man of the field. But that's it. That's it. He can't really do anything. He's not smart. All right, I'm not a smart man, Jenny. They're not smart. Okay, so the fact that they're empowered all is showing you the power of the Lord. All right. Well, why did he put us in power then? All right, because you were put in power to be a punishment, all right, to the nations and to the Israelites. All right, because Israel, we're over here in captivity because we couldn't, do anything right. All right, as a nation, we keep going off and going off and going off and going off and going off. All right, and the Lord had it, so He scattered us among all nations, and one of those nations that primarily we were put into was Babylon the Great. All right. And that's why the destruction is going forth in Babylon, because it's exceedingly wicked. All right, a large chunk of the captivity happened here, the transatlantic slave trade, so on and so forth. All right, but this place is full of wickedness, man, and it's the main territory, it's the main stomping grounds of Esau, Edom. You got Europe as well, but America, all right, the great whore, all right, Babylon the Great, all right, they're the ones, that all the nations want to be like, okay? Because it's Esau's primary nation, okay? So all the Europeans came over here originally, right? And fucking stole the lands from our Gadite brothers, okay? So there you go. Now the Most High said this is going to happen, all right? And the Most High said that the mark of the beast is going to be implemented, okay? How did He say it? Through His book, all right? The prophet, all right, that was allowed to go out. All right, He said this is going to happen. These are prophecies that He said was going to come to pass. All right, and if He said they're going to come to pass, then guess what's going to happen? They're going to come to pass. All right, let's go over to get Numbers 23:19. It says, the Most High, this is Numbers 23 and verse 19. It says, the Most High is not a man that He should lie, neither the Son of Man that He should repent. Hath He said, and shall He not do it? Or hath He spoken, and shall He not make it good? The Lord's not like men that should lie. I think the Good News Translation's heavy on this one. Yeah, here it is, Good News Translation. Verse 19, the Most High is not like men who lie. He's not a human who changes his mind. Whatever He promises, He does. He speaks and it is done. And these prophecies were said, hey, these prophecies are going to unfold. And guess what? Those prophecies are going to unfold. He said the heathens are going to go into captivity. Guess what? The heathens are going to go into captivity. All right? That's just how it's going to go, man. All right, so Numbers 23, and I think we'll grab it again. And the Good News, not the Good News. Where were we before? King James, no, the New Living Translation. New Living Translation. It says, the Most High is not a man, so He does not lie. He is not a human, so He does not change His mind. Has He ever spoken and failed to act? Has He ever promised and not carried it through? So he said all these things, and guess what? They're going to come to pass. All right, these things are going to come to pass. It's simple as that. All right, He said that the heathens are going to go into captivity. The heathens are going to go into captivity. He said people are going to get a mark in their hand. People are going to get a mark in their hand. Of course, that's going to happen before the heathens go into captivity. Let me say it in correct order. All right, He says there's going to be a mark put in the hand. There's going to be a mark put in the hand. He says the heathens are going to go into captivity. The heathens are going to go into captivity. He says the Israelites are going to be in rule. Guess what? The Israelites, if and this, that, the other wouldeth. No, none of that. All right. It says right here that the Most High is not like men, that he lies. He's not like a man. Men lie. You know who else lies? Esau, Edom, and men too. Israelites do it as well. They lie. All right. That's all they do. The Most High is not like that. He doesn't lie. All right. If he said, you know, something terrible is coming to you, you better be scared, because you best know that something terrible is coming to you. Okay. He said something good's coming to you. Guess what? Rejoice, because something good's coming to you. This is Acts 5:39. And then you can't overthrow what the Lord says either. If he says it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Acts 5:39. It says, Acts 5:39, but if it be of the Most High, ye cannot overthrow it. That's for you too, Esau. If it's of the Most High, you can't overthrow it. Okay? We're going to go over here and do... No, you're not. No, you're not, Esau. Okay? If the Most High says this is the way it's going to go, guess what? This is the way it's going to go, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. There's not a goddamn thing you can do about it, Esau. Doesn't matter how much you cry, you whimper, you kill yourself into power. It doesn't matter. All right? No matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter how hard you try to work, all right? You're not going to be able to overthrow the Lord. This is Acts 5:39. It says, but if it be of the Most High, you cannot overthrow it, lest happily ye be found even to fight against the Most High. And you're going to try to fight against the Most High. That's prophesied, all right, within the book of Revelation. All right, that you're going to gather, the nations gathered to fight against him that sat on the white horse, all right, which is Yahushua. You're going to try, but guess what? You're not going to win. You're not going to win. All right, you're going to get your ass messed up, man. You're going to, as you're bleeding out on the ground. All right, if you're even bleeding out on the ground, you might just be vaporized entirely. So, you know, fucking, you assholes. You fucking assholes. All right. Second address. Let's go over and get the Apocrypha. And we hate you people, man. We hate you people. You are, like as the scripture says, he is a proud man. You're a proud man. You think you're about to fight against the Lord. Dumb. Second address 4:37. You should know that's a fight you can't win. I'm gonna fight against the Lord. Go ahead. See how that's gonna work out for you. Okay, see how that's going to work out for you. A second address 4:37 says, by measure hath he measured the times, and by, let's see. Yeah, so there we go. Okay, just making sure. Second address 4:37, by measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times, and he doth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. Back into talking about prophecy. All right, enough with Esau, because Esau thinks that they're going to stop certain things, they're going to try certain things, they're going to raise up this, that, and even if they think, you know, these Alabamian, or whatever you fucking want to call them, Alabamans, all right, goddamn, fucking loud cars, man. I fucking hate a loud ass vehicle. I like them when they're on, like, you know, not a fucking road. I like them when I'm not doing a lesson, right? Not, you know, but anyway, you know, these Edomites, no matter what they're trying to do or stop or put into place, even if it's these Alabamians, how, I don't know how the fuck you would call them, Alabamans, all right, either way, all right, those brothers down in Alabama would know, all right, although they wouldn't be referring to themselves as Alabamans, they'd be referring to themselves as Israelites, right? So, you know, these, no matter what they try to do, these Alabamans trying to, oh, well, we're going to make it to where they can't implement it here because we're God-fearing Christians, all right? And, see, and that shows you some of these Christians even know it's the mark, and you fucking Jakes don't, which is vexing. But it doesn't matter what they're trying to do or what they're trying to stop, all right, they're not going to be able to overthrow the Lord's ultimate task, and the ultimate task is that mark has to come. Why? Because it was prophesied, and that has to come before the other things come. And what are the other things that come? All right, the salvation of the elect. All right, the judgment unfolding in Babylon the Great. Okay, as it says in second address 4:37, by measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times, and he doth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. What measure? The prophecies, until they be fulfilled. Okay, the prophecies have to be fulfilled. They have to be fulfilled. They have been being fulfilled, and they will continue to be fulfilled. We're only waiting on a couple major prophecies now. All right, World War III and the implementation of the mark of the beast. All right, and the coming of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And the coming of Yahushai. All right, when Yahushai comes back, right? In his chariots, all right? The same way he left is the same way he's going to come back. He left in a chariot, he's coming back in chariots. All right? And boy, is he going to be mad. Boy, is he going to be mad. Because you just freshly pinned him to a cross, you fuckers. All right, you Edomites. Or you know how, oh man, he's gonna be mad with you. That's, oh, you don't even know. Could you imagine if you just killed someone, all right, and then they came back from the grave and it was yesterday? You know how furious they'd be with you? Well, that's how it is, because we've only been here for a matter of minutes, hours, days. All right, they say, oh, no, we've been here for 4.1 billion years. We have not been here for no 4 fucking billion years. All right, we've been here for a couple thousand in world minutes, in world hours. All right, but really, we've only been here for you know, not too long. Not too long, man. All right, so it was only a couple minutes or hours ago. All right, and forgive me, I forgot the necessary the time frame, the Lord's minutes versus our minutes. Salakia, I'd look it up, but my internet's not the great. You know, a minute in the Lord's eyes is different. Let me see if I can find that. It's gonna bug me if I can't find it. Something about a minute is like 1,000 years. 1 day is like 1,000 years. Okay, so we've been here for a couple days on the Lord's time. All right, a couple days. That's it. Okay, so imagine if you killed someone 4 days ago. I'll say 4. Imagine, all right, and then they rose from the grave, and they're coming back to seek vengeance. How mad would you be? This isn't like it's been 10,000 years. This ain't like it's been 3,000 years, or 3,000, 30,000 years, 100,000, 200,000, 1 million, 200 million, 984 million, all right, 4.2 billion years, which is a bunch of fucking bullshit. The Earth hasn't been around that long. But just a couple days. The wrath has not been forgotten. He's coming back mad as hell. Mad as hell. So you Edomites, man, you got to be afraid. And we got to wait for these times to come. All right? And what do we have to do? Because nothing's going to be done until these prophecies unfold. What are we supposed to be doing now? 1 Thessalonians 5 and 6. Let's go get it. We're supposed to be watching, right? Not sleeping. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 6, it reads, "Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us in this truth, right, who are of the day, be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet, the hope of salvation." There you go, man. Boom, bam. That's what we're supposed to be waiting for. What are we supposed to be doing? What? "Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but what? But let us watch and be sober." Let us watch and be sober. All right, not sleep. That's why I say when you wake up out of the world, these people in the world, they don't know, man. They don't know. There's a guy that comes to my job. He's a cool guy, cool Jake. Guess what? He's asleep. He doesn't know a goddamn thing. Okay? And he's going to be destroyed unless he wakes up. All right? And I'm not going to preach to him. That's not circumspect. I'm not going to be, preaching to people that come to my, "Did you know you're an Israelite?" And I get fired. That's not happening. No. That's not happening. Okay? If he finds out, he finds out. He'll have to find out through some other person than me. All right? And he's an Israelite, and he listens to rap, and he's in that community. So I'm sure he's already heard. All right? I'm sure he's already heard. Okay? We were talking about pork one time, and I said I don't eat pork. All right? It's the most unhealthiest shit, and people shouldn't even be eating pork anyway because it's unhealthy as fuck. It makes your blood pressure go through the roof, high cholesterol. All right? Of course, I'm a Hebrew Israelite, and I don't eat it because it's against the Bible. You don't want to do that. All right? But, we have to find our way. Some brothers say they're allergic. I say I don't eat it because, it's unhealthy. It's bad. I would never put that in my body. It's disgusting. All right? You know how bad that is for your health? All right? The same thing with seafood. If you look at all the research, if you look into all these things, and I'm not lying, if you look up all these things, these crabs, all right, these crawdads, all right, pork, you look up all these things, they are very unhealthy. It's a reason we're not supposed to be eating this shit. All right? On top of the reason being enough that the Lord should just say don't eat it, and that should be enough good reason for you. All right? But Jake is stubborn. All right? But on top of that, even with the science, Esau's study, they found that pork's really fucking unhealthy for you. All right? Seafood's really fucking unhealthy for you. All right? It's bad. It's not good for you. All right? So I say that. He said, "Oh, no, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it. Nope, I love pork." And I was telling my wife about it, and she says she's heard that before. That sounds like the way he, she wasn't there, but I told her how it happened, and he was like, "Oh, no, I love pork." He doesn't talk like that. He's like, no, man, I love pork. All right? You know that? And it's the way when I told her, I said, "Man, he was saying this and that." And she said, "He sounds like he's heard that before." And I said, "You know what? You might be right." he might have heard that before. Because Jake, no. You're gonna tell me, Jake, we've done that. I have a picture of my camera roll. All right. Back in the day, I posted on my community page. All right. Jake knows. All right. It shows you. I went to the Google Analytics, the Google Trends. And I'm gonna get walking back to work. But I went to the Google Analytics. All right, the Google Analytics, and it lit right there. Guess what? Amalek trending. All right, over time. All right, Israelites trending over time. Hebrew Israelites trending over time. All right, the white man's devil trending over time. You can't say you don't know, Jake. You can't say that. We're supposed to be watching. We're supposed to be watching these times. The Lord didn't say, "Oh, I'm gonna come back on March 7th at 7 p.m. All right, and there's gonna be 7 people with me, and you'll see I'm the 7th one in the middle." And that's not how it's gonna work. You know, as the elder Menata Zakva always says. All right, the 7th day at 7 o'clock. All right, or the 7th day at the 7th month at 7. All right, no. It's not how it's going to work, all right? The Lord gave us times, signs, as in, signs, not times. All right, he said, when you see this come, that's how you're going to know. When you see this come, that's how you're going to know. All right, if this is happening, guess what? That's how you're going to know. All right, if you're seeing this go down, guess what? That's how you're going to know. All right, he didn't say I'm going to come back I'm going to come back April 4th. All right, I'm going to come back April 7th. All right, at 7 p.m., so make sure you're watching me. All right, no, that's not how it's going to work. All right, that's not how it goes. Okay? So bear with me while I walk over to the different thing. We get the car guys, of course, all loitering through this area. But I got one more scripture and then we go. So hey man, let's get Sirach 39:1. Let's get it. All right, this is Sirach 9, verse 31. Bear with me, there's a car coming. Got to get across the street. There's another one coming. I'm going. I got done just in time because, it's getting around that time where everyone's rolling out at night. All right, the creeps of the night, rolling out, getting ready to roll out all night, and get pulled over by the fucking police. Dumb. Anyway, got a nice little bit of shade up here. Let me grab a drink and we'll finish off. All right. All right, so here we are. Sirach, aka Ecclesiasticus. This is in your Apocrypha, you brothers and sisters, if you're following along. Sirach 9:31, it reads by, we already got that one. No, it's supposed to be 39:1. All right. We got that one already. We need to get Sirach 31 and 39:1. Here we go. It says, Sirach 39, verse 1, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies. He will keep the sayings of the renowned men, and where subtle parables are, he will be there also. It says, he will seek out the secrets of grave sentences, and be conversant in dark parables. He shall serve among great men, and appear before princes. He will travel through strange countries, for he hath tried the good and the evil among men. So what are you going to be doing? If you're, what are you going to be? What are you supposed to be doing? You're supposed to, if you're giving your mind to the law of the Most High, what are you going to do? You're going to do what? You're seek out the wisdom. Let's start. It says, we'll just read 39:1 again. It says, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, what will he do? Will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies. So you have to be occupied in those prophecies, all right? So that's one of the prophecies that's got to come forward, is that mark of the beast. You're not going to be able to stop at Alabama, all right? Just because I don't want it to happen. Well, guess what? It doesn't matter if you don't want it to happen. It's going to happen regardless. All right, so that's how it has to go. That's what has to happen for us to get out of here. And we really want to get out of here. All right, we really want to get out of here. This place ain't great. This place sucks. All right, and everything that you think's good about this place is a fucking illusion. All right, video games and movies and cars, and guess what's all illusion. All right, it's something that passes you by, because if you stop for just 1 minute and look around, everything fucking sucks. All right, everything fucking sucks. All right, those are things that keep your mind, watch this. And we play video games and watch movies and you know, like cars and stuff like that. You know, I say, oh, fuck these cars, you know, but I'm mad because of the situation. I don't hate cars. I like cars too. I don't particularly care when they're all loud for no fucking reason, but whatever. At least not when it's by my goddamn ear. All right, if it's on a track, that's a different thing. But anyway, I'm ranting now. But you know, you step away. We watch all those things. But guess what? The other thing we're doing is we're watching the lessons, seeing what's going on, what's happening in the world. All right, what's going on? Is the mark of the beast being implemented yet? All right, what's going on? Is there any more talk about that? What's going on? Is there what's this? What has this prophecy come unfold? What is this biblical? Can we do lessons on this? How can we edify the elect? All right, you know, that's our primary concern right now. Of course, we watch TV, we play video games, we might like collecting this, that, or the other, we might like gardening or doing whatever the hell, whatever hobby it is, as long as it's not something wicked. You know, my hobby is smoking weed, brother. That's not a hobby, all right? That's just wickedness, all right? But, you know, regardless of the, you know, the hobby, all right, our main and first and foremost important thing, all right, those things aren't important, all right? Me, certain things I like, those aren't important, all right? Video games, not important. Movies, not important, all right? The Lord's word, extremely important. All right, so that's got to come out. All right, so you know, it shows you how important it is. This is my break. I could have been doing, you know, whatever. All right, I could have been chilling, relaxing, being on my phone, but no. What am I doing? The Lord's word. That shows you what's more important. All right, so Alabama, we got to be occupied in the prophecies. Watch the prophecies, brother. They're going to unfold. All right, we just got to wait. All right, the Lord's giving us signs of the time. We have to watch the times and see what time we are in, and we are in the end days biblically. Okay, so we got to be watching. So this has been Alabama thinks that they can stop the implementation of the mark of the beast. And guess what? They're wrong. Can't happen. Not going to happen. All right? They're wrong. So, hey, with that, we're going to close out. All right? Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahawashi, Bahashim, Rakakadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. I want to say shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring. Keep the faith. We're almost out of here. Watch those times, watch those times, watch those times, watch the signs. There's prophecies. You just got to watch them. They're unfolding. All right, we're waiting. All right, you got to watch. You got to watch, man. You got to watch. All right, because if you're not watching, they're going to come by, and then guess what? The Lord's going to come as a thief in the night, and you're not going to be ready. All right, that's another reason why you have to repent. If you're a Jake, repent now, okay? Put not off from day to day. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, all right? Because, hey, suddenly the Lord's going to come, and, hey, you're going to be messed up. All right, roughly paraphrasing, you know, and he didn't say you're going to be messed up, but and you shall perish in your security, I believe is how it says. So I believe the scripture, roughly paraphrasing, is put not off the Lord from day to day, and make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord or the Lamb come forth, and you shall be destroyed in your security. Roughly paraphrasing, I don't have it completely correct. Look it up. All right, you'll be able to find it. I got to go with that, brothers. All right, and sisters. Hey, shalom. All right. Until next one, Lord willing, shalom.